What's up, everyone? Tiger Stacker here. I have a very big surprise for all, and it's all because of the responses that I got from you, the subscribers, the members, community, for which I am very grateful. Let me show you. I put out this question and poll a number of weeks ago. However, Wifey worries people won't like her Ukrainian accent. Now I ask this survey, would you like to have a similar video or live stream with Wifey, who is an exceptional trainer? Your answers are as follows. 78% wanted to hear the interview with Wifey with her real voice. 6% wanted to hear Wifey's interview but with an AI, and 16% didn't care. So all in all, I have approximately 84% of you who want to hear the information that Wifey has about her world of dog training and what it can provide for the Stacker community. Today, I'm going to be able to give to you the interview that you all have asked for. So I want to thank all of you for allowing me to do this. Without further ado, I want to introduce to you the brains behind Dog World and You. Whether you're talking about the real or the artificial intelligence, the brains is from Wifey. Everyone, please welcome Wifey, the owner and brains behind Dog World and You.
Greetings, Tiger. Shoot any questions my way, and I will be delighted to provide answers.
That sounds perfect. On my channel, Tiger Stacker, we chat a ton about preserving wealth, and let me tell you, having a protection dog in your arsenal, especially in these unpredicted times, so many of my viewers are curious about protection dogs, and who better to shed the light on this topic than you?
Well, thank you, Tiger. I appreciate that.
Ensuring safety is a basic human need. People take precautions to protect themselves from harm, whether in workplaces, public spaces, or homes, and often choose dogs from working groups, expecting them to naturally safeguard them and their property without training. Is that expectation accurate?
Well, Tiger, while some individual dogs may naturally display protective instincts toward their owners, but a dog will protect you naturally. It maybe depends on several factors, including the dog breeds, temperament, training, and socialization. For example, certain breeds like German Shepherds, Rottweilers, Doberman Pinschers, Belgian Malinois, Dutch Shepherds, and Black Russian Terriers are known for their protective instincts and are commonly selected for such roles due to their characteristics.
Absolutely. These breeds usually demonstrate a strong work ethic, drive, and focus on their tasks. They're eager to perform their duties diligently and excel in roles that demand concentration, determination, and perseverance.
True, but in real life situation, if a dog isn't properly trained, 99% won't be able to fulfill the protective role, and only 1% of genetically strong dogs can handle challenges and protect their owner or property without training. Untrained dogs might seem very aggressive, but at its best, they might snap an intruder, grab them to evaluate the situation and avoid engaging in a fight. And only 1% of dogs will approach intruders with aggression and confront them. Even if a person have a top genetic dog that isn't trained and would naturally protect the owner. Training plays a crucial role in shaping a dog's behavior, including protective instincts. While some dogs may naturally display protective behaviors, proper training can enhance and refine their instincts. Training should emphasize obedience, socialization, and appropriate responses to perceived threats.
You're right. Relying solely on a dog's natural instincts may not be enough to ensure a well-trained protective companion. To have a reliable protection dog, it is essential for owners to be involved in training, socialization, and providing a loving environment to build a strong bond with their dog.
That's a crucial point, Tiger. At Dog World and You, we often receive inquiries from clients asking if we can train their dogs for protection. While it's true that any dog has a potential to learn basic protective behaviors like alerting their owners to threats or barking at intruders, advanced protection training such as apprehension work requires careful selection and specialized training under the guidance of experienced professionals. That's why at Dog World and You we prioritize assessing each dog's temperament and suitability for protection work before embarking on any training regimen. It's important to avoid forcing a dog into a role it's not suited for, as this can lead to behavioral issues or even aggression.
So basically, what you're saying is having a well-rounded dog, a balanced dog, a mentality that knows the difference between when to be aggressive, when to be protective, and when to be a pet. I remember when you and I got our very first protective dog before you became a trainer. The dog came to us very well trained and was not accepted by a police department because she was pregnant. You took this dog from always being on business to loving it so much that it learned how to be a pet just because of your natural ability to love. And you turned this very professional dog into a well-balanced dog who knew when to be professional and protective and when it was time to just be a pet and loving. And no one could tell the difference because it was so well-balanced between the trainer that we got the dog from and your ability to read dogs and show it love and give it the chance to learn how and when to do what job, pet or protection. I'm amazed at that, and I'm very grateful that you took up dog training because you could give dogs that balance that so many trainers can't or won't do. So I just wanted to point out to the listeners of this video how exceptional you are and why I frequently refer to you as the next dog whisperer.
Wow, thank you so much, Tiger. Yeah, I really appreciate it.
I'm sure you do. I speak the truth.
Well, thank you.
Is protection training making dogs dangerous?
Protection training itself doesn't not make dogs dangerous. When conducted by experienced professionals using appropriate methods, protection training can teach dogs to respond to specific commands in situations to protect their owners or property without posing a danger to others. However, if protection training is conducted improperly or by inexperienced individuals, there is a risk that the dog may become aggressive or unpredictable, which could possess a danger to people or other animals. It's essential that protection training is carried out responsibly with a focus on obedience, socialization, and appropriate behavior in various situations. Use reputable trainers is essential. This is a difference between dog correctly trained and incorrectly trained. One of the biggest difference is correctly trained dog perform the protection only on command. Doesn't matter what is going on.
You often emphasize the importance of socialization in protection training. Can you explain what that means to you?
Absolutely, Tiger. When we begin training a dog, our priority is establish a foundation of friendliness. We believe in teaching the dog that the world is warm and welcoming place. However, we also train them to recognize when there is a threat that needs to be addressed. So, their default setting for dogs is always friendly and loving, but when it's time for protection work, they understand that theirs is a job to be done. Once that is accomplished, they are revert to their default setting, seeing the world as good and friendly place once again. It's all about balancing and ensuring they know how to respond appropriately in different situations.
So circling back to the question of whether a protection dog is safe or dangerous compared to an untrained dog, in short, is the protection dog safer because it acts protectively only on command? In contrast, an untrained dog may be protective based on its emotions.
Absolutely. A dog acting on its own decision driven by emotions can be risky. A well trained dog has the guidance to act only when it's given a command, while there are training system where a dog makes its own decision, but I don't recommend them for the general public. They might be suitable for guarding highly restricted objects, but for family dogs, it's crucial to work only on command.
But what if I want my dog to protect my house when I'm asleep or when I'm not there? In those situations, wouldn't the dog need to make the decision on its own?
Okay, Tiger, imagine you are sleeping and someone sneak into your house in the middle of the night. You are not given a dog a command, but instinctively the dogs become protective because someone has violated its territory. You can train the dog that in a such situation a command is not necessary. However, it's important to distinguish between different types of protection. For instance, the dog will attack anyone who comes onto the property, but that is more like a junkyard dog. We are focusing on personal protection trained dogs.
Here's another question. Some people prefer to train their dogs for protection using the prey method because they believe that training a dog in defense makes it more dangerous. What are your thoughts on this?
Actually, it's quite the opposite. Training a dog in defense is considered safer. When a dog is trained in prey, it's taught to attack anything that moves. But when trained in defense, the dog learns that their world is friendly until owner give a command. Many times people choose prey training because dogs enjoy it. They love to chase and run after anything moving. However, a dog trained in defense feels the threat and responds because the owner commands. Dogs understand that it can win if we put enough pressure on the bad guy. Dog trained in defense only acts on command, making it safer than dog trained in prey, which might bite someone because just they are moving around like children playing.
The distinction between prey and defense drive is crucial. Can you explain more about the difference between them for those who aren't familiar with this concept?
The difference between prey and defense drive in the dog lies in their underlying motivation in behaviors. Prey drive is all about the dog desire to chase, catch, and sometimes even kill small animals or moving objects. Dogs with a strong prey drive often show behaviors like chasing squirrels, birds, or toys, and they will go after anything that moves quickly. This drive is pretty common in hunting breeds and if often seen in the dog sport. On another hand, defense drive is all about dogs' instincts to protect itself, its territory, or its pack members from perceived threats. Dogs with a strong defense drive might bark, growl, or even get aggressive when they sense danger or feel threatened. This drive is crucial for personal protection and guard dogs, as they need to be ready to confront any potential threats and defend their owners or property. So, in a nutshell, prey drive it's about chasing and catching prey like objects or animals, while defense drive is more about protecting our owners, ourselves, or territory. Both drives are natural instincts in the dogs, but how they express can vary depending on the dog genetic training and the environment.
When it comes to training a dog for protection work, do we really need a high drive dog?
Tiger. In the terms high drive in dogs refers to their strong motivation and eagerness to engage in various activities. Dogs with high drive are often enthusiastic about learning or performing tasks, showing determination and excitement in their actions. There are different types of driving dogs like prey drive and defense drive, as we discussed before. Additionally, there are drives like a foot drive, hand drive, pack drive, and herd drive that we can discuss in our upcoming videos. Dogs with high drive often excel in activities such as dog sport, agility, obedience, herding, and search and rescue. But here is the thing. For personal protection, you don't necessarily need a dog with extremely high prey drive. What you need is a dog with moderate drive that is well balanced. While dog sport clubs may prefer high prey drive for their activities, protection work is different. In protection training, we focus on developing the dog's defense drive, which is critical for defending and protecting. You see, in the dog sport, defense work may not be as emphasized as a prey drive because it's all about how dog look like. In real life scenarios such as personal protection, you want a dog that can live in a family environment, interact with kids, and stay calm in the office setting without becoming restless if their mind is not occupied and they are just relaxing.
Is there a difference in training for dogs when it comes to protection based on their breed and specific characteristics?
Absolutely, Tiger. Training methods should be adjusted according to the breed and individual traits of each dog. For instance, using high prey drive methods for breeds like German Shepherds, which are not naturally super prey driven like Malinois, can be problematic. It's essential to consider each breed's unique characteristics and temperament during training.
What should we consider before starting protection training for a dog?
Well, Tiger, before we will jump into protection training, it's crucial to evaluate the dog age, temperament, and current behavior. If dogs already display signs of alertness or protective instincts, then we can proceed with protection training. However, if not, we need to focus on gradually developing those behaviors. It's important to remember that the success of the training lies in understanding and adjusting the methods to suit the dog's specific needs rather than solely focusing on the breed.
Okay, what's your take on whether people should buy a trained protection dog or raise a puppy and train it themselves?
Tiger, it's a great question. And the answers really depends on the situation. Let me break it down for you. When you buy a trained protection dog, you get immediate protection. These dogs have professional training, so you can expect them to have all necessary skills and behaviors. Plus, since they are already trained, you know exactly what you getting in terms of temperament and behavior.
That makes sense. But are there any downsides to buying a trained protection dog?
Certainly. The main drawback is the highest cost associated with trained protection dogs. The extensive training they undergo contributes to this significant price tag.
Understood. Now, what about the alternative, raising a puppy and training it?
Oh, puppy. Raising a puppy allows people to establish a strong bond with their own dog from the beginning. They can customize the training to suit their specific needs and preferences, making it potentially more cost-effective option. But it's a long process and demands a sustainable investment of time and effort.
Owning a protection dog is both a privilege and a significant responsibility. People really need to be aware of what it entails.
There are several key aspects to consider when it comes to owning a protection dog. Firstly, continuous training with professional training is essential, as well as socialization to ensure the dog behaves appropriately in various situations. It is crucial to understand and comply with local laws and regulation regarding the protection dogs, including licensing, leash law, and breed-specific restrictions. Additionally, individuals might consider obtaining liability insurance to protect against any potential legal issues arising from the protection dog's actions. Owning a protection dog is indeed a serious commitment that demands dedication, effort, and responsibility.
I understand where you're coming from liability. In my work as a physician, not working with liability insurance is not smart. But for the viewers of this video, I wanted to point out that the one insurance that we do have is linked in the description below. The insurance that we carry is USCCA. USCCA is mainly there for the use of weapons. So if you get into a situation, you will have an immediate attorney. But their coverage also covers for weapons of convenience, such as a lamp or a baseball bat or a kitchen knife. But it, interestingly enough, also covers for dogs. So if your dog should happen to do its job of protecting and the individual wants to sue, you already have an attorney readily available for you. Can expenses related to owning and maintaining a protection dog for security purposes be claimed for tax deductions or credits?
Generally, in many jurisdictions, expenses associated with owning and maintaining a protection dog for security purposes may be eligible for tax deduction or credits, especially if the dog is used for business purposes such as garden property or serving like a security measure for a business. The eligibility for tax deduction can vary depending on specific circumstances and local tax laws. It's crucial to maintain records of expenses related to the protection dog and seek advice from a tax professional to determine if and how they can be claimed on your taxes.
That was such an informative discussion. I've gained so much knowledge from it. I'm sure our viewers who are interested in protection dogs will find this interview incredibly helpful. I bet they'll have even more questions at our next meeting. Dog World and You has excellent resources. And in addition, Wifey has incredible instincts on reading the dogs and getting them to the level that they need to be.
Oh, thank you, Tiger. Keep those questions coming for next time. The world of protection dogs is truly fascinating, and there is so much more to delve into.
Well, everyone, I ask you to please show your support for the amazing channel of Dog World and You by liking, subscribing, commenting, and also recommending it to your friends. You're always welcome to do the same here for Tiger Stacker, which will be greatly appreciated. So I want to thank Wifey for taking time away from her very busy schedule, training dogs, teaching them all the things that they want, no matter if you're talking about protection dogs, but also alarm dogs for those of you who don't want protection dogs. Maybe we can have Wifey go into the topic of alarm dogs only to help protect your home and your stack, in addition to how good a protection dog can protect your family and your stacks. So, Wifey, thank you so much for spending the time here with the channel and the subscribers.
You're welcome, Tiger. I was so happy to spend time on your channel, and I'm ready to go. Duty's calling.
Okay. Well, thank you again so much.
You're welcome.
Everyone, thank you so much for coming. Tiger Stacker and Dog World and You are out.
Out. We are out. Dog World out too. Good luck, guys. See you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.